Today's video, I'm going to be talking or going through like a little tattoo tour. I've got 5 tattoos. I am planning on getting more, possibly. So let's just start with in order of when I got them. So I have this one, Bella. That was my cat. Obviously, it's a blown up paw print. I'd had my cat. I'm gonna sit down for a minute. So I'd actually had my cat since I was about 3 or 4 years old. I was actually the one who named her. I wanted to name her Belle. My dad said I was stupid. So we named her Bella, which if you don't know means beautiful in Italian. What did my dad do? His dad named her Bells. And so she passed away a couple days after my nan's 80th birthday, so I would have been 20. So we had her for 17 years. She was 17 years old. She had health issues basically from when she was born. She used to get crystals in the kidney, so she was on special food and stuff, and we had to be very careful. But yeah, that was really hard. So that was the first tattoo I got, was her paw print, which the vets were nice enough to do for us. They did a nose and paw print, and I got that done. Number 2, I got this. I went through like clear photos of each one, as I find them in the video. This one says always and forever, which you may know, a very popular quote from the original family in Vampire Diaries, the originals and Legacy, but also it's just how I've always signed cards to family members, and what I always say love you always and forever. So that was just something I wanted to get done, and I got that done not long after I got that. I want to say it was only like 6 weeks in between. Number 3, this big boy. So this is a big bit of backstory, but if you don't know, my grandfather passed away when I was 10, and my grandmother passed away on my 12th birthday. This is my dad's side of the family. And my grandfather, he was an amazing person, a very beautiful person, and he had these magpies. And he used to feed them, they used to come back, and each year they'd bring their babies. He wouldn't feed them bread, he'd feed them like mince and stuff. And it got to the point where they would come up and knock on like the kitchen window at my grandparents' house to let him know that they were hungry. Like, he didn't do it like so much so that they were relying on him. We would see them like going and getting bugs and worms out of the ground and stuff, but he just did it because he loved them. And also, I think he just didn't want them swooping him, and if you form a relationship with the bird, typically they won't swoop you. My husband thinks that magpies are out to swoop him, and I'm like, oh, Puppy probably thinks you're a bit of an asshole today. So because of that, I have never been afraid of magpies. He literally taught me how to hand feed them, and I just love magpies, and I still used to help my grandmother feed them after he passed away, and I always said I would get a tattoo of a magpie to represent him, because there was a couple of losses in the family before that, but that was the most permanent one, like someone I was really, really close with. And so I got this. My tattoo artist came up with the design, and I never thought I would get tattoos with colour in them. It was never sort of my thing, and we were like spitballing designs and stuff I liked, and we came up with this. The bigger magpie and the little magpie, like mum and baby, or in my case, grandfather, grandchild. And we came up with the branch and the leaves and the flowers, because I found this one and it had the most vibrant blue flowers on it that I fell in love with, and we ended up with this. These, I want to say, took like an hour each, like in terms of like getting the stenciling right, printing the stencil and putting it in the right location, and then actually doing it, and then being careful. And then this took about 5.5 hours, I want to say. Girl, like, I nearly fell asleep while it was happening. Not because I was passing out from pain. My now hubby, who was my boyfriend at the time, he was staying over here. And he decided that he's going to be talking about car parts until 3 o'clock in the morning. I said to him several times, I'm like, I love you, I'm gonna go to sleep, I got a big day tomorrow. Mwah. And I'm closing my eyes, and then next thing, oh, I could get this part, or I could do this, and I'm like, crack my eye open, yep. Love you. Oh, I could do this. And I'm like, I looked at my phone. It was 3 o'clock in the morning before he finally like knocked out. Obviously, it wasn't long after he got his dream car, so he was like very excited. Actually, it might have been just before he got that, and he was talking about things he wanted to do to the silver car that I was driving. Hi guys, I'm just jumping in doing editing to say that when I'm talking about silver car, pictures on the screen of the silver car I'm talking about, there are videos of me online driving, and obviously the photos are public photos. So when I say silver car, this is a car he was driving beforehand before he got his dream car. So hopefully that clarifies things. Because he got his dream car, and he had the 2 cars for a while, just so that he could do what he wanted to both of them, and then he sold that silver car. So hopefully that clears up anything for a bit on our joint channel. And then not long after that, he got his dream car and sold that, so he was talking about parts for that silver car. Because I remember I was originally meant to get this done right after we got back from Naruma for our 2nd anniversary, except we both ended up sick. I ended up way more sick, so we had to push my appointment back by a couple weeks. Was not happy. Because like I was so sick. But I think it came down to getting sunburned a lot and then like not looking after myself and just being crazy 21-year-old. No, we're still 20. So that got done then, and then like I want to say about 5 months later, he went and got his dream car. Not even, it might have even been like 3 months, 3 or 4 months later. So that happened, and like I'm on a tattoo table laying down, tattoo artist, which I will have his name up on the screen. Absolutely love him, will only go to him. And I always thought I would never have a male tattoo artist, because I don't really trust people. Love him, he's the best person ever. He had done all of my tattoos, and he will continue to do them. Like, I will keep going back to him, and he is based in Canberra in Mitchell. Again, I'll have his details on the screen, and yeah, he's awesome, and he doesn't even know I'm making this video. Oh god. So, I'm like, kind of like, we're talking for a little bit, we're just vibing, and I'm like, starting to fall asleep. He's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, just this happened. He's like, yeah, just need to make sure. I'm like, awesome. So that's done, go and get the touch up. Everyone said to me with tattoos, the white is what hurts the most. For me, it was the flowers, because you can see where it's a bit more vibrant. You have to go over those places so much more to get the colour to come out like that. And I'm like, so that was that tattoo. And then I want to say about 5 months later, I went and got this. Ride or Die. I got this just before my 21st birthday. I don't think my nan was too happy about it. Because, backstory, I'll tell you the backstory of the tattoo before I get into her reaction. And it will explain her reaction. So normally Ride or Die is associated with bad kids or criminals. Fair enough, I don't give a crap, I like the quote. The reason why I like the quote is because it's from my favourite movie series, Fast and Furious. I grew up watching movies, I used to watch them with Dad all the time, it's just my favourite thing. It's what got me into cars. And I was actually planning on going into the army as a mechanic. And got a knee injury. Before I even got to do that. But I was still interested in doing mechanics, so I went and did auto in college. For the little bit that I was in college. And even at my year term formal, in the booklet thing of most likely to get a career in, it was most likely to get a career in cars. That didn't end up happening. So yeah, I've always loved cars, I've always been around them, I've always been interested in learning more about them. And I just said, I love that quote, I just want it on me, because like, that's just me. So, cut to my 21st birthday, we go to George Harcourt in Canberra. I'm wearing a really pretty dress that comes down like this. This is fully exposed. I thought my hair was covering it because I didn't want to upset my nan. So what does she do? She sits right across from me, and I happen to turn my head at some point because we're like eating, talking, having a drink. And she goes, nice scribble. Like, she thought like there was a bit of hair or something, and then she said something, and I was like, oh, thanks, and then I just feel her go. And she'd always said that quote's associated with biking, and I'm like, I don't care, I like it. So I should feel her looking at me, and I'm like, someone let me start working and earning money, and now my money goes to things I wanted. It was like for a couple of minutes. She's actually not annoyed about it. She doesn't really see it because I wear like a lot of t-shirts, but so if you ever wonder like what the little bits of writing you see on me are, it's the Fast and Furious quote, ride or die. The 5th tattoo I got was not long after it, and it's this Crescent Moon. I loved it. When it first got done by Pete, my tattoo artist, he said, oh, I kind of want to put some stars in there, like, you know, some white stars. And I'm like, but body's your canvas. I trust you. Do whatever you want. I trust you. If you think it's going to look good, go for it. So I was like, okay. Obviously, it faded a little bit over time, and you can't really see, like, I think you can just see, like, little white dots now. I got it because I love the moon, so much so that I have books on, like, moon magic and moonology, and in my debut novel, I actually have my main character who is more drawn to the moon and associated with moon and is more powerful with it, and her sister is more with the sun. So, but also why I like this placement is because, like I said, from this, I love the Vampire Diaries, and especially the originals, and if you know the main character, one of them, Haley Marshall, is a wolf, and she's got the birthmark on the back of her shoulder. So that's why I've always loved the moon, and I love that placement because I just love the idea of like cardigan or jacket or draped down and you just see the crescent moon. And that is my 5 tattoos, and I have been thinking about getting another one. I kind of want to get a back tattoo, but I do get really bad eczema. I always did get bad eczema. I forgot I have these here because I was trying to find my high school shirt that had my nicknames on it because I'm like, I love Fast and Furious so much that at one point one of my nicknames was Letty. I couldn't find it, but I found the other ones that have my other nicknames on them. And my husband used to make fun of me because one of the shirts said Bubbles, because apparently, according to my mum, I was a very bubbly, happy kid, and I used to love, like, blowing bubbles and, like, doing that sort of stuff. And so she called me Bubble. I happened to be wearing a shirt that said Lady and a jumper that said Bubbles, and I took it off and my hair was covering part of the t-shirt. So even to this day, when he wants to get on my nerves, this is my husband, by the way, who used to sit behind me in science back in year 10, still calls me Lefty Bubble. Because he thought it said Lefty, not Letty. And I'm just, still to this day. To be fair, when he really annoys me, this is how he knows he annoys me. I don't call him babe or, like, Corey, or I will literally be like, Robbo, and then he's like, she's my last name, I'm in trouble. But yeah, I get really bad eczema on my back, and I'm not going to show the scars, but it's always towards, like, the outer part. So if I do get a tattoo on my back, I think it's going to have to be along the spine, because for some reason I don't seem to get eczema right along the spine. Don't know why, my body's just weird, but let me know if you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it. It's kind of fun talking about, like, why I got the different tattoos, the meaning behind them, and if you ever see little flashes of things in videos and you don't quite see what it is, now you know what they are. And, yeah. I might, when I finish writing my book, because goal is, and this video probably goes up after our deadline, is to finish draft 1 in June. By the end of June, I want to finish draft 1. So, yeah, this probably goes up after that, so we will find out together if I actually hit that goal. And I hope you're having a lovely day. I will see you in the next one, and yeah, bye.